52 practical answers to your questions. I'm Erin Wolfram. I own and operate Career Advantage and Career Advantage Golf, where I help professionals feel more confident and prepared throughout their job search by helping with resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles, mock interviews, really just anything job search related. But each week on this podcast, I answer one question from the public. And this week's question is, if my family is pressuring me to apply for jobs that I'm not interested in, how should I handle that situation? And I thought that this would be a great question to answer this week because the holidays are coming up. And I think a lot of times, that's when these types of conversations often happen. Maybe you haven't seen your family for a while and they think that they have some ideas that they want to share with you over the Thanksgiving season or Christmas season or whatever it might be, whatever holiday you might celebrate and share with family. And those are the types of conversations that could occur. So that said, that can certainly be an uncomfortable situation, but if you have a feeling that that topic is going to come up at some time in the near future, you can certainly prepare for it. So first, I think it's probably important to remember that not always, but a lot of times, your family probably has your best interests at heart when they are making these recommendations. There's probably a reason why they think you should apply for these certain jobs that they're recommending. And so I think that might be the best way to kind of start as far as handling that situation. So if a family member does approach you about an opportunity that you're not interested in, go back immediately and say, thank you so much for considering me and bringing this to my attention. But, what is it about this job that you think would make me a good fit? And I think that, asking that question then helps you develop that conversation, and you are still being active and engaged in that conversation and, not just completely dismissing them, even if you're not interested at all. But the reason that I recommend asking why they think you might be a good fit for that job is it could give you some ideas of maybe some strengths that you have that they see in you that you maybe don't see in yourself. And I'm not saying that you should take that information and immediately apply for that position. I'm definitely not saying that at all. But again, it could help you think of some other ideas of maybe other positions that might be a better fit for you, where you could utilize those strengths that your family sees in you. Also, similarly, that could help you think of some ideas, like I said, of other jobs to consider. If you really have no idea what you want to do, and that is why your family members are constantly recommending positions for you, again, by hearing from them why they think you would be a good fit for that certain position, it could help you generate other ideas that you actually may want to consider. So alternatively, if you have a position and you're completely happy in that position, but your family members continue to recommend other positions for you, I would be prepared to talk about your current job and why you like it, why it is a good fit for you, and why you plan to stick with that position. Again, then you can talk about your strengths and skills and qualifications and how they align with your current position and your current career goals to let them know that you're not interested and this is why, because you are happy in your current position, no matter what that may be. I think sometimes family members or others can recommend positions that are high paying just because they, think that means that it's a good job, and that's not necessarily the case. And so, if you are working in a position where the pay maybe isn't that great, but you are completely happy, then that's perfectly fine. And I think that, telling your family member that is perfectly fine as well. So just being prepared to talk about why you're interested in your current position and why you're happy in it, that could be, really helpful again in engaging in that conversation rather than just completely dismissing it or getting angry and upset and further escalating that uncomfortable situation. Now, if you are in a current position or current job and you aren't happy, and that's why your family member continues to recommend positions for you, then again, that could be the opportunity to have a conversation with them about those opportunities so you can explore other positions that, again, might be a better fit. So, more than anything, I really hope that you will keep in mind that the family member probably is just trying to help, is probably trying to give you some ideas that maybe you hadn't thought of before, and just kind of, really remember that. And even though it can be annoying and it can be upsetting and frustrating, I think it's better to really think that they probably do have your best interest at heart, like I said before. So try to have a conversation with them, learn more about why they are recommending these certain positions, and talk to them about your strengths and skills and your interests, and say, thank you so much for keeping an eye out on opportunities. If you see any jobs that, where I could use these strengths, skills, and qualifications that I have, please let me know. Or tell them specific positions that you are interested in or specific organizations that you are interested in, and ask that they keep an eye out on those specific job targets or organizations, so then they still can be of assistance, but then hopefully they will focus their efforts more on positions that might be a better fit for you and not just things that they think would be a good fit for you for whatever reason. So if you have conversations like that in the near future, best of luck. I hope that they go better than they may have in the past, thanks to these few tips that I've provided today. So if you have any other questions, you can always email me. My contact information's on my websites, which are careeradvantageresumes.com and careeradvantagegolf.com. You can also find me on social media. On Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, it's at Career Advantage Resumes, and on Twitter, it's at Advantage Career. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week.